Ты не то куришь, Дима, в Амстердаме. По одному.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for...
And go back, go back, go back. Yes, go back, go back. Look there. Yes. And come again, come again. Formidable, look there. Yes. Formidable, yes, nice. Close. And applause for the girls. Yes, formidable.
He was already voted the number first DJ in the world, not just once but twice. the famous Dutchman is only talent in respect as in Madame Tussauds Amsterdam, fans can now take a selfie in front of big crowd together with Martin Garrix. Я не успел.
Козочки. Уточки.
Что, все норм? Нет, ты его увидел.
Собака вон охраняет.
Люди тут живут, понимаешь? Вообще, какая зеленая трава. Она почему-то зеленая, а не какая-то, блин, ярко-зеленая. Такой травы настолько весной первую неделю, когда вылезла, и все.
Вообще какая лошадь там стоит.
Нам пропустить.
Ну, почти.
Да? Или нет?
Ну да.
Да? Ну как путешествовали?
Они скрывались в Бриге. Наемными убийцами.
А, точно, наемными убийцами были. А мы начинали, смотрите, потом мы куда-то ушли.
Ну я смотрел. Я 2 раза смотрел.
22-meter high or 400 feet, and it's the second tallest building in the world made of bricks. Inside the church you can see a nice statue made by Michelangelo, and also you can visit the mausoleums of Charles the Bold and his daughter Mary from Burgundy. Only Charles is not there. His body has been stolen time of the French Revolution, so don't blame the Belgians. The first bridge in the 15th century, followed by 16th and 17th. So here we have the 15th century. '16 and 17. In front of us, Little Boniface Bridge, also called Bridge of Love. It's a very young bridge from 9th century. Beyond the next bridge, on the right side, the old St. John Hospital from the year 1188. Inside, an old pharmacy from the 17th century and a museum of Hans Memling. Hans Memling, German artist from the 15th century. The hospital was in service till 1976. So here on the right side we have the oldest part of the hospital.
Куда смотреть?
Голову прижми.
Была прекрасная фотография. Круто.
Okay, we survived that one. So here on the left side, the brewery. What they don't do here is bottling the beer. For that they have a pipeline for more than 3 kilometers to a plant outside the city. With a flow rate about 5,000 liters every hour. On the right side, the Begging Age of Brooch, founded in the 13th century by Margarita from Constantinople. And in front of us, the old log house from the 16th century. It's not in use anymore. So here on the left side, the famous swans of Brooch. We have about 150 swans, all protected by the city. If you kill one of these, you're risking 5 years of prison. If you kill your mother-in-law, 5 weeks. at the left side, the entrance gate for the Beginage. People coming from the States, they will recognize the dates above it. Independence, 1776. And in front of us we have that little bridge again. And again, mind your head for that one. Beyond the bridge, at the left front, you will see the Cathedral of Bruges, St. Xavier from the 12th century. Okay, here we go. Mind your brain.
Голова, Лен. Лен.
Kom maar Thijs. Oh, nog 3 dagen.
En tienen toch niet meer?
Is?
Nog tienen?
3.
Ah, ga lekker.
Ja.
Nog een beetje best drinken.
Zouten, dat is de laatste dag. Andy, Eert. Ook? Ja. Eerst naar Spanje, dan misschien nog naar Japan. Nog geen idee, dus last minute. So in a few moments we're going to pass that bridge of love again. Just behind the bridge at the left side you will see the palace of the Lords of Groothuizen from the 15th century. Today a museum which displays more than 500 years history of Bruges. The family became rich because they had the monopoly on the Ruud. And Ruud was a mix of herbs to make beer. 15th century. So in front of us we have that little Boniface bridge. Left the palace of the Lords of Groothuizen. Now take the left side of the bridge and go 5 meters up. You will see a white tile with 2 little windows inside. So halfway the building, just next to the corner. Everybody see them? Halfway, just next to the corner. These are the smallest Gothic windows of Bruges. The family placed the windows there to spy the people below here, to see that everybody paid the toll on the canals. And especially that the toll master didn't put the money in his own pocket. At the right side, Groningen Museum. They're having a wonderful collection of Flemish and Dutch artists. So don't break in the windows here. Come on, Saba. So in a few moments we will turn to the left and you will see the belfry of Bruges, 83 meter high and 366 steps to reach the top. The carillon of 47 bells had a total weight of 27 ton. And since the 13th century the tower leans 1 meter to the southeast. Motif. At the left side, a wooden replica from the 17th century. It was used in the film In Bruges, with the Irish actors Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. Ja, Pascal, goedemorgen. Wat heb je gedaan? Ja, wat gedaan? At the left side, the old Palace of Justice from the 16th century. And at the left side below, a statue made by Constant Permeke named Niobe. If you know the Greek mythology, then you know that she's crying. If you don't know the Greek mythology, then she's searching her contact lenses. And the bridge in front of us, that's the oldest one in town, from the 14th century, restored in 2015.
Dima.
Beyond the next bridge, you will see on the right side houses with red windows. This is the almshouse, the Pelican, from the year 1634, built by the rich for the poor ones. It is quite a big house, and of course for more than one family. Above the door you can see a pelican. Pelican is the symbol of generosity. In front of us is the Church of St. Anna. At the outside, nothing to say, but the inside is gorgeous, completely renovated in a beautiful Baroque style. The yellow houses that we see on the right side, also these are almshouses, still people living in it. And left and right you can see houses with the typical step gables. This is Flemish Gothic, and you can see them from Amsterdam to Lille, France. The big building that we see on the left side, that's a part of the College of Europe, post-university. One of the founders was Sir Winston Churchill. Every year they're inviting 300 students to follow the classes here. At the left side, the house on the next corner, you will see a nice statue of Our Lady. If you walk around in Bruges, there are about 300 of such statues to see, all in different sizes and shapes. The one we see here is one of the oldest in town and the most beautiful one. And beyond the bridge, the canal continuing to the right to the North Sea, to about 20 kilometers from here. The dark red house that you see on the left side, that was the color of the middle class. They mixed oxen blood with the paints to have that color. That was for the pigeons, the male pigeons. Right in front of us, the Porter's Lodge. It was in that building where all rich businessmen gathered together to trade. In the 15th century, about 150 ships came here every day to discharge their goods, mainly textile and herbs. Especially pepper was very expensive in those days. In front of the lodge you can see the statue of the primitive painter Jan van Eyck. On the right side, just above the windows, you can all see faces. That was to keep the bad spirits out of the houses. In the 17th century, people were very afraid of spirits and ghosts. They were even afraid of their own shadow. Altogether we have 12 kilometers of these canals here, with an average depth about 2 meters. It is fresh water and you can find here carps and eels in the water. Bruges is a very small town, only 20,000 people living in the city center here today, and they having 9 churches for them, 22 chapels and about 400 pubs. That's to have a good balance between Catholics and alcoholics. In the beginning of the 19th century, 1 house on 7 was a pub here in Bruges. Can you imagine? The houses on the next corners in front of us, left and right, you can see some examples of statues of Our Lady. On the left side, modern version, and on the right side, in the little chapel. So 297 to go. In front of us you will have a wonderful view, the oldest bridge, the cathedral and the Palace of Justice.
Короче, Андрей, потом пришлешь.